This is now my third viewing of Man of Steel. It's fucking awesome. This is literally the best superhero fight and action ever put on the fucking screen. Ever. It is really that good. The Battle of Smallville is worth the price of admission alone. You have no idea how badass Fiora is. The fighting in this movie is so freaking awesome. It's exactly the way it should be. The critics are fucking crazy. They're stupid. I don't understand why this movie has a freaking like 55 rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Really? A 55? Are you serious? And then what? Superman Returns has like a 75%? Oh my god. What freaking that mopey ass deadbeat dad movie has a better rating from the critics than freaking Man of Steel. Pretty much basically the Superman movie that I've always wanted. Superman just no holds barred, freaking comic book action, just beating the shit out of people, throwing punches, doing something, fighting to protect his home and his family and his mother. Oh my god, you guys have no freaking idea how badass this movie is. Oh my god, Zod was freaking awesome in this movie. And oh my god, just this movie, oh, the imagery, the visual effects, the freaking action, the fighting, it's all amazing. Those same people bitching about, oh, it's gonna be an origin story, we already know this story a million times over, are the same people now bitching that there's not enough characterization in this movie. I saw this movie 3 freaking times, okay? Oh my god, and the whole Paul Kent thing, that really tore at my heart. Like, I had tears in my eyes during that point. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but let's just say it plays so perfectly into the character of Paul Kent. Oh my god. I literally don't know where to start with this movie. I think where some of the critics and where some of the hardcore Superman fans are finding trouble is that this is not the Superman from the comics. He's not gonna make the same moral decisions that the Superman in this film made, okay? If you can go into it like that, you'll understand. You'll open up your mind to it instead of, oh, that's not Superman. You're right, it's not Superman. This is a completely new one. And Lois is so well done in this film. Amy Adams does such a good job. When she comes up there, she goes toe-to-toe with the military. She's like, are we done dick measuring now? Let's get to work. And she just basically is perfect. She's strong. She's an awesome character. Jor-El is done so awesomely, better than he's been done ever before in any Superman story. You even get to see some war on Krypton. Oh my god. And here's one criticism of the movie that a lot of people are saying, oh, the dialogue is very stiff and it's stilted. It doesn't feel right. And I think that's partly because you have to realize the movie opens on Krypton, and this is a different culture. This is a different speech pattern. Perhaps they were directed to speak like that. Now, I know that might be an excuse. It might be the fan side of me, because the critic side of me does say that some of it didn't really ring true. But after second viewing, after third viewing, everything is so condensed. Their words are so packed with meaning that it seems like they're saying one-liners, but really they're trying to condense a massive story down to 2 hours. Superman saves everybody on that burning oil rig. It's just, oh my god, it's awesome. And that's another criticism that critics are bitching about. Oh, Superman doesn't save anybody in this movie. Are you fucking crazy? Were you not paying attention? Oh my god, before the Battle of Smallville, Superman's like, get inside, it's not safe for you. I'm telling you, there's explanations for why he went down into the Indian Ocean rather than fighting everybody and all fucking 1,000 Kryptonians at the fucking Zod ship. It's just the smarter, more strategic thing to do. Whew, boy, there's so much to talk about. Literally the scenes with Fiora, she is one of the most badass fucking female villains I have ever seen. It was literally, you're glued to the screen every time she shows up and whoops ass. Oh, and then there's a boss fight in the middle of the city. It's just a visual spectacle. The film is fantastic. It really does show off almost every single aspect of what makes Superman a superhero. Oh, man, oh my god, you guys need to see this film. Some of the criticisms from the film start to feel like nitpicks. They really do. I swear to you guys that if this was a bad movie, I would tell you so. I mean, there are some literally idiots out there saying this movie is boring. Are you crazy? You have to have no pulse at all to say that this movie is boring. I mean, a boring movie, I would understand you if you said that about like Superman Returns, where literally nothing happens, you know, but not this movie. So you can see that the audiences love this movie. There's like 82% on Rotten Tomatoes. The final verdict for Man of Steel. You knew it was coming from me. And that's not just coming from like this fan point of view. This is literally the Superman film that I've always wanted. Don't listen to the critics. Go out there and see this film. It has emotional impact. It has character development if you look for it. They reference LexCorp, of course. There's a particular logo from Wayne Industries on the satellite, so this universe has possibly Batman in it, so keep on the lookout for all the freaking Easter eggs. Go out there and see this film. It's a 9 out of 10 from me. Trust me, it's a badass movie. Pretty much all the criticism, I swear, is gonna be in this sequel. This is literally the best superhero fucking epic fight that has ever been put on film up until this point. It seems like they want to do a sequel and then go right into Justice League. I think that's a mistake. I think they should do a sequel, possibly a trilogy, then do a Batman crossover. Okay, Batman, Superman, do a World's Finest, okay? That's how you ease people in there. And then after that, do Justice League. Please, Warner Brothers, listen. Please listen to that. That's literally the best way to do it. I literally had tears in my eyes 3 different times of the movie. There was a little bit of product placement in there, and at first I was like, wah, wah, critics, shut up. But really, there is a little bit too much. I think it counted like 7, and then it started to get to 9, and I was like, all right. And that sucks because, of course, it's Superman. Everybody wants to jump on board, but I think that it sort of dates the film. It makes it a little bit cheesy, a little bit too much there, so the critics do have a little bit of a point with a little bit too much product placement. Oh my God. It's just freaking awesome. They've really brought Superman back, and people are excited about it. And so hopefully they listen to all the criticism that people have given the film and improve it in the second film. Get rid of the shaky cams, do a bit more character development, inner reflection, play off of the fears, play off of all the death and destruction that was explored in the first film, do all that in the second film, and not only will you have audiences, but you'll bring the critics back aboard. I really enjoyed this movie. I have no idea what the hell is going on at Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic. So let me let you guys know right now. Rotten Tomatoes has it at a 25%.
Damn.
What the fuck?
What?
And Metacritic has it at a 35 out of 100.
Is that
What the f***? Are you critics?
We obviously saw a different movie.
We saw a completely different movie. They gave a special version to us here at the Angry Joe Show because I really enjoyed it. Now, is it as good as Terminator 2? No, of course not. Just like Jurassic World wasn't as good as the original, but it's still basically the second best of them all. Terminator Genesis, in my opinion, was not as good as the second nor the first, but it is right there. And an excellent actress.
I'm not showing favoritism, but she actually did a good job.
I'm showing favoritism.
And I like Kyle Reese too.
The 2 characters, though, that I had a problem with is the actors that played Kyle Reese and the actor that played John Connor. For me...
You didn't like his face. He didn't like his face.
Joe, you're not supposed to say that! Because in the theater I was like...
I don't like his face. I was like,
You ratted me out, you son of a bitch. It wasn't
I just don't like that face.
Don't listen to Joe. It wasn't just his face, even though it kind of is his face and kind of. These 2 actors I felt were miscast. I never bought them as John Connor and Kyle Reese. This has to be the most colossal fuck up of all time in marketing. The goddamn trailer showed he was a fucking robot already and an evil bad guy. And Terminator 3?
Terminator 3 was like a 7.
Really?
Yeah.
That high? Fucking hell, man.
I like to remember
the action in that one sucked. No memorable scenes. it focused on the wrong things, and here it focused on all the right things.
Yeah, it was
the
good.
characters that we like and know and love, and it explored the Terminator universe in a whole new way that was, fun.
It was fun.
And that's what I go to movies for. Terminator 2 and 8?
An 8.
You liked the first Terminator more than Terminator 2?
And then...
No, Joe. No, hold on. I'm going to stop the fucking camera right now. Have you seen Terminator 2?
Yes.
And you think it's worse than Terminator 1?
I didn't say worse. I just enjoyed it. This is my opinion. I like the first one, but I still like the second one too.
Really? I never knew this about
one,
you.
Man.
We can
And
no longer be
Salvation,
friends.
I'm
Terminator
mad
2 is a
for
9 for you. Okay, anyway, so...
Wow, don't put words in his mouth.
It is probably an 8. If it had 2 different actors for John Connor and Kyle Reese, and I bought them a little bit more, and if it didn't have such an amazing legacy to go up against, Terminator 1 and Terminator 2, then it would have been a 9 out of 10 for me. And it just blows me away that right now everybody's hating on this movie. You done fucked it up, DC! There's like 2 sides of me. There's like the little boy, the fan, the Superman all my life. And then there's the critic, the film goer, the person who's... What is it? What doesn't make any sense. And the film goer who's seen the Marvel movies and how they're done, and who's seen other superhero movies, and who has an idea of what DC is trying to do, and to see them try to execute it, and to get this is so So I'm gonna break it down like this. It's mixed.
Yeah.
Fucking hella mixed. I fucking hate this movie. I fucking love this movie. The visual effects are fucking awesome. This particular Lex, which Joe, how do you feel?
I don't like him at all.
I don't like him at all.
It was
terrible.
So poorly
Terrible.
done and
This is the fucking Joker.
Yes, his
It
mannerisms, he's like...
He's playing the Joker. He's
even has like insanity in his head.
Yeah, he's playing the Joker. But the action is amazing. I think the way I describe it is that this movie is all orgasm, all, ejaculation, and no fucking foreplay. There's zero foreplay here.
That's a good way to put it.
I 100% agree. I think that this Batman is fucking badass.
That's a good Batman.
I will eat my words. I'm eating my
about to
words.
say that. I was
I
about
have
to
my
say
crow.
that.
Bring me my crow.
Yes.
I will eat my
I was
words.
about to say, it's like, remember that time we made that film? I
Okay.
was like, hey,
Okay.
maybe.
But you know what? That was reactionary. I need you to go out and see this film, and I want you to see it. But in good conscience, okay, so there's the critic and there's the fan.
Give
the
both.
fan,
Yeah, the fan, give it.
7 out of 10. That's
Okay.
as high as this thing gets.
Okay,
I
yeah.
can't give it any higher than 7 as a 10, even as a fan. But as a critic, I'm right now, first impressions, getting home. Batman is the most badass Batman I've ever fucking seen in my life, and I cannot wait to watch those action scenes where he beats the shit out of people in the most brutal way I've ever seen on film. I need
told
to
me
see
that
those.
was brutal?
That was
That was
fucking
not-
brutal.
yeah.
I love it, but he's changed. This Lex was weaker, and the fact that you use Doomsday right now all pissed me off. So that 6 probably. And when we talk about the spoilers, I may have it come down to a 5. But for right now, 6.
Keep
6.
coming down. 6, that's your final
6. Fan in me. Fan 7. 7 out of 10. Go and see the film. Black Panther. And I'll just give you my first impressions right off the bat. It's a really, really great film for me. I'm happily surprised it was everything that I wanted out of it. You've got
Cartoon asshole bad guy.
Cartoon asshole
Hayward.
bad guy.
Who shot at kids
Yes.
for no
So-
reason.
so
You know how
that-
we were saying that this, and people are like, no, he's not that much of a poorly written cartoon
He's
bad
not
guy.
that much of a cartoon over the
He
top
is
bad guy.
the epitome. He is the top over the top cartoon, poorly written, shitty bad guy.
Everything-
What it does kind of weirdly do is it makes this version of Vision a fucking dick. He's a fucking selfish, stupid fucking dick. Because she's
not as cool as a guy.
no, that guy is the fucking worst. And you know why he's the worst?
Huh.
Because she's over there sobbing, her heart is breaking that she's watching Vision die for a 3rd fucking time. She's going to stand there and watch this guy die, and he doesn't go, hey, by the way, I unlocked the other dude.
Oh, right, yeah.
And you know
exactly what I said. They don't fucking talk
and
about
it's not even my twin brother. It is literally me, the actual physical
He is
things.
still out there.
You know the
Do
weird
not
metal
feel
you've had
grief
sex
for
with?
the next months, years.
Don't even be sad, baby. There's, you know, the actual metal that you've had sex with before. He's
Oh
flying out in the
my
sky right now.
God.
That guy's a fucking dick.
You're right.
He's probably
You're
by the
fucking
window.
right.
Creep.
Better than above average. And it executed the things that it did. I think that there's a 10 to conversation here. You can have a conversation. If you give it a 10, I totally understand where you come from.
Same.
So 9, 10, I am going to go 9. I think, you know, a little slower start, but then when you look at where it's going, all that is justified. And then this ending, it was executed about as well as they could execute it for within that time frame and the way they did it.
Okay, we just got back from DC's Suicide Squad, and all I have to say is, what the fuck is wrong with critics? Seriously.
I have no idea.
What the hell? That was an awesome fucking movie.
Yeah, it was, man. I really enjoyed it.
What the fuck? So why does it have such a low aggregate score on Rotten Tomatoes? That's fucking bullshit. Now, it's not bullshit enough for you to go and create a petition to shut down the fucking website. That's stupid, because it's not Rotten Tomatoes. It's an aggregate of all the critics. But critics are totally fucking wrong on this movie.
They are.
You need to go out and see Suicide Squad, because this seems like a turning point for the murderverse. Even though there is plenty of murder in this one, and there's supposed to be, because this is Suicide Squad. So I'm telling you right now, it is a fantastic movie, and you should go out and see it in theaters, support it. What the fuck is wrong with you, critics? I can't believe that you don't think that this is better than Batman vs. Superman. It is, by far. And I am a huge Superman fan. With anything with Superman in it, I want to give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's because I kind of went in with a little bit lowered expectations.
You look at the reviews, everyone's like, it's shit. It's awful. It's
30% lower than 30.
Why are they making movies still?
Right.
And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I was trying to find some negative aspect, but like, you really have to nitpick to find something.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was great.
Exactly. And the thing is, they handled so many characters. So many characters
Not all
in
of
the
them.
film. And Joe, wait a minute now, okay, so
Everybody
it's a fantastic movie.
Oh, yeah.
I think maybe movie critics are not used to getting that many backstories for all of these new characters, and it's very difficult for director David Ayers and the screenwriters to really try to put this together in a way that flows smoothly without showing a ton
It didn't feel crammed to me at all.
overloading with backstories. But in my opinion, it was a perfect balance of backstories.
Yeah.
Not everybody got a 15-minute sequence about their origin story, but the important ones did. And the two most important ones was
Deadshot and Harley Quinn.
Ooh, you got it. And that's what you're going to find.
Stars of the film by far.
You're going to see that right away, that these two carry the film pretty much on their own. They even had emotion in some of these things. In this movie, you actually felt tension, like how the fuck is this sort of B team going to go and take on a meta-human? We have Batman cameos in this, though it is relatively short. So Ben Affleck is in the film, but it's short. But it's to the point, and it really it was a great scene where, you know, Deadshot. First, we have to talk about Amanda Waller. Because she is the one that I was scared they were not going to get right. They nailed her character so well. I'm going to stop y'all right now and say this Joker was excellent.
Excellent?
I thought he was excellent.
he was just
Every
average.
single
He was
time
average.
No. Hell, what?
You think average?
Come on.
I think
Why,
average,
Joe?
average.
Tell me why.
Honestly, like some of his mannerisms were pretty good and whatnot, but the way he sounded, I'm sorry, but he reminded me of Richard Nixon.
What
The
do
way
you
he
mean?
said, no.
Do you know who Richard Nixon
Yes,
is,
he's
Joe?
a fucking president.
What do you mean he sounded like
It's just
Richard
like,
Nixon?
dude,
With his 8 minutes, he's always a force on screen. You want to see more of him. He juggled a ton of characters in the most appropriate way. Everybody's motivation 100% correct, except for one bit with the Amanda Waller character, which was never resolved. Go see it.
Me too.
Fuck all those critics who are talking shit about it.
there's something wrong. I think
I don't understand it.
I think
no,
maybe
I
it's
get it.
trendy. Like we started this, or we helped start this monster where it's trendy to bash on the DC films. The problem is, Batman vs Superman had problems. You feel as if they become friends for real. These misfits, these villains,
Right.
find this emotional connection that they otherwise have never had in the world.
Yeah.
And just they're crazies talking to each other is fascinating. This is the turning point, I think, for the DC universe. And if we go out there and we show Warner Brothers and them that this is the type of movie, this is how you do it, with this perfect mixture of these elements.
They had fun.
They had fun.
They had fun.
You know what's
making it. It
crazy?
was great.
These villains acted more like heroes than Batman and Superman
you're
in
right.
Batman vs
Yeah,
Superman.
you're
I am not
exactly
joking.
right. No,
There's a
right.
moment in the film where there's a turning point for these
Right.
particular villains, and they do something heroic. Don't listen to Rotten Tomatoes, WB, please. This is a turning point. You're doing a great job. We want to see more of this. I hope this film. I want to see a Suicide Squad 2.
Yes,
Yeah,
I really
most
do.
definitely. Sign me up.
So I'm also going to, I really wanted to give it a 9 out of 10, but there are a few elements that we could talk about at length in the spoiler section, so I'm also giving it an 8 out of 10. Boom! 8s all across the board. 8s mean go out and see the film in theaters. You will not regret it. In this film, I didn't feel like she really earned it very much.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping that when they do go to Avengers Endgame, that she goes up to Thanos and Thanos just knocks her ass out. Because literally, Thanos has the Infinity Gauntlet, all fucking gems. She shouldn't come in there and knock him, and just finish this fight. I think some of the things that she said was incredibly stupid, but it came from a place of wanting to do good. Our ultimate, and we'll talk about that in spoilers. But so the final verdict for the film from me is going to be a 7 out of 10. And I think that's because I think there's weakness in the pacing.
It is decent
Super
filler, but it is not a great
I don't know
film.
if I'd call it filler because there are, this is an origin story.
Everybody's waiting
you
for
have
the
to
end
have
game. Everybody's waiting for that. So
I
you're
know.
just like, hey, just watch this.
But you have to have an origin story for this character if it's going to play a very important part
But
in Endgame.
I kind of don't want it to play like a really I want Captain Marvel to play a part in Endgame, but
she
I
does
don't
feel like she's showing up late, like, girl, where you been for 20 years?
Yeah, seriously.
What the hell?
The Chitauri were coming down, and we're gonna kill literally everyone in New York. And where were you?
Well,
But-
that was Fury's fault. What? The cat pissed you off?
yes.
Well, what do you mean?
yeah.
Y'all didn't like the cat? I love the
It's
cat.
fine until that one scene.
Well, we're in the spoiler section. Like,
Yes.
this reminds me a lot of Solo, where they trivialize something that you didn't know that when someone trivializes, you're going to be upset. And they're like, oh, by the way, Nick Fury doesn't have an eyeball because a cat
Oh.
scratched him once. And you're like, oh, what?
on.
That's
Come
what
on.
happened?
That's what happened. Like at the
Come
very end,
on.
I'm like, honestly, I was waiting. I was like, how's it gonna happen?
Because they
How's
tease
it gonna
it.
happen? It's
Well,
like,
they
something
tease it.
else
yeah,
hits him in
something
the
hits
eye.
him, and he's like, "How's your eye?" I was like, "Oh, it's fine, it's fine." I was like, "He's gonna lose it," and
Yeah,
then
he's gonna lose
pretty much at the very end, scratches.
I'm with you, Joe. When I first saw it, I was about a 7 out of 10. And it might have been, man, it's just incredible how viewing experiences at theaters can change things. When I saw it the next time, I was picking out things I didn't notice before that I really appreciated. And I actually enjoyed it a lot more. Second viewing, 8 out of 10. Justice League WB is starting to get it.
It was so bad.
What?
Okay,
What
this
was
one-
bad? That fucking scene was awesome, motherfuckers.
Wait.
She boosts and she blows down the
Yeah,
door.
She goes and kicks everybody's ass, but then all of a sudden she throws a bomb up in the air, and the guy's like, "You know what? I'm gonna shoot these little kids."
Yeah.
So he takes aim. She bounces back.
And blocks her
she
with
starts
the.
blocking
That's a Wonder
everything,
Woman thing, Joe.
But then he starts spraying everybody down.
But she's not standing. Like
And
you would
she's
assume
not.
her to be. If
She's
she was
not.
standing up and blocking all those things while dashing, it'd be fine.
She was spraying.
You think it looked awkward?
She
She
was
was
spraying.
crab walking.
Yes.
What?
She was squatting.
Yes.
What is crab walking?
She was squatting and
are you
like
talking
going.
this.
No, she wasn't.
She absolutely was. We watched it
Shut
twice.
the fuck up. That was a badass scene. I'm mad at you guys, like legitimately, like right now. I thought they did a wonderful.
Yeah, do that.
She
Do
spun.
that across the camera
She didn't
while squatting.
She didn't do this, you
I-
idiot. She spun.
I didn't say she did this.
Whatever, they're wrong.
It was-
The Wonder Woman's opening scene was amazing. It
It was
was
still cool.
fantastic. I fucking love that scene.
It didn't
That
make any
scene
sense
had
to
so
me.
much tension because Superman was kicking their motherfucking asses.
Why?
And he looked fucking
good.
He was
and
more threatening than Steppenwolf.
Yeah,
for
He
sure.
was a better villain
He
than
was.
Steppenwolf the entire film.
But why?
Why did he just immediately wake up and go
Okay.
like, I recognize her. I'm gonna try to kill her.
Okay, that's
He's
true.
been dead.
That's true. But
They didn't explain.
that
so-
doesn't fit Superman's character, yes, but he just came back from the dead, Alex. He basically was animalistic, okay? And it was fight or flee. And we get to see Deathstroke. And he looked so fucking cool. And I was in the theater, I was like, oh my God, that's Deathstroke. He looks fucking cool. And then immediately they made me look like a jackass because right when I said that to Alex, they take the helmet off and it looks awful. It looks like they literally spray painted, that Christmas time white stuff on his beard. I'm like, oh, why'd you
It
do
is
that?
thick and caked on, and it's
his
like
hair's all
smeared like toothpaste in his beard.
It was really bad. It was embarrassingly bad. This movie is fucking crazy. It is crazy.
But you didn't say good or bad yet.
Okay, disclaimer. I am a huge Predator fan, okay? I want to do a board game. I want to work on this.
Like AVP?
So I am not a reliable source of information because I'll tell you, I liked it. I can tell this movie is stupid. This is so dumb. It's so over the top. It jumps the shark like a motherfucker at the end. I was like, oh, I could have done without that. That's getting a little...
There was a lot of things on the list of things I could have done without.
I actually was quite entertained by this team, and I liked them. They have a lot of personality, and so when each of them are put at risk, obviously it's a Predator movie, I was like, oh shit, who is gonna live, who is gonna die? And I actually kind of cared about these characters, just probably because they made me laugh so much, and I had a great time.
They were funny. I didn't care when they died.
I was entertained. I'm going 7 out of 10. Another Suicide Squad situation. Fine, make fun of me. I don't care. I like dumb action films as long as they entertain me. No, this is way better than Suicide Squad. I was wrong on that. But this one, maybe I'm right. No. I'm not saying it's a good film, okay? I'm saying
You're saying
that
it's an above average film.
it's above average for what it wants to be. It knows what it wants to be. I think they knew that they could not do the Arnold thing. Yes, they knew they couldn't recreate the Arnold situation again. They're so restricted by what people believe Predator should only be in the jungle, And so I just let go a little bit, and I went along for the ride. So that's why I'm saying 7 out of 10.
I like how you hesitate. That's why I want that. You're like regretting
I think
that
if
coming out.
you bring
6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. And the reason why is because we haven't even gotten to the spoiler section, and the film is going to slowly fall apart, okay? So that is our review. 6 out of 10. It is entertaining enough to go out and see. I want you to buy a movie
That I agree
ticket.
with.
The kid is bullied at school because he's on the spectrum and he acts weird. But does he really act all that weird? I don't think so. No. But he's just super smart. And so he can apparently understand Predator technology just by looking at it, which doesn't make any sense to me because the Predator's language, is written in a specific way. You'd need some kind of decoder. But fine. The technology maybe gives him the ability. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This series has been consistently good.
Yep.
Yet another fantastic episode of...
Zemo has become my favorite.
Yeah, Zemo is awesome.
Did you
And
see the-
how dare you
the
love a
full dancing?
murderous psychopath, Joe,
Zemo is up here.
who has
Walker
his
is
morals.
down here.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Walker.
Yeah, fuck you, Walker.
Zemo.
Awesome, Zemo. How did you make us do that? We love the villain. We hate the hero, right? That's good television. But we're nitpicking now because, like I said, the episode fucking is fantastic. I wonder if this version of the super serum is a little weaker than
Yeah, I
than
think it is
Cap's.
because we saw it in previous episodes where they get shot. And
Yeah, we've seen that. And I think Cap can take a bullet, but I don't know. 9 out of 10 across the board. Loved it. Fight scenes realistic. Just shot well. Action great. Story great. Characters great. This is how you do it, guys.
Yep.
More of this, please. And you're really making my Disney Plus subscription
2
worth
more.
it. The way it was filmed, I thought both the ladies were shooting GSP. But then it cuts back because you see, but it cuts back and it turns out Carly's a bitch. And she shot, I mean, Sharon's not shooting her. She's shooting GSP. And GSP was going to kick Carly's ass. Whatever. So Carly shoots Sharon, I guess. Since people were already complaining about Sam and bad writing or whatever, I was like, oh, here we go. But, you know, after I listened to the speech, you know, you almost feel like you're being scolded by your father or something like that. You know, I guess people, well, I'm saying their mentality is like, how do you take personal offense to that? Because when you actually listen to it, he's not wrong. And I liked it. I mean, he was not wrong, even though it's preachy and it kind of rubs people the wrong way. It's like, look, you guys are fucking up. What is he basically saying? I was going between a 7 and an 8. I would go as low as a 7. Now, the thing that brings it back up to an 8, and I'm going to settle on an 8, is John Walker. I really like the resolution of John Walker. A little concerned.
That one got me by surprise.
Yeah,
Like,
what
okay.
they were going to do with
Respect.
that. I thought that was cool. All right, guys. Well, that was Falcon and Winter Soldier. Another
It's Captain
excellent.
America and Winter Soldier.
Captain Falcon.
Ooh.
I love that someone on the street said, "Is that Captain Falcon?" I was like, yes.
Yeah, I like calling him
That's
Captain
the new
Falcon.
title. At the end of it, so,
Captain Falcon, yeah, and then also, it was it? Oh, that's right.
yeah, Captain
At the
America
end,
and
I
Winter
missed
Soldier.
it. I missed it. Aquaman is here, and my God, it is.
Non-stop, in-your-face action.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It is an epic spectacle. This knows how to have fun. They didn't screw it up. Look, Aquaman is not. He's not cool, but this film made Aquaman. By the end of the day, cool. God, the action in this film is so good. We kept going to action spectacle to action spectacles to slow-mo action explosion with debris and lasers and Black Manta is firing and shit, and it's so good. But there was a point in the film where I was like, man, I really hope they slow down and kind of develop these characters. There is no moment where they slow down and develop the characters. That part of the film just doesn't work. But it's backed up by such a great action and shit that you're thoroughly entertained.
There is a CG octopus that plays the drums for no reason.
I thought that was hilarious. I like the fact that there's a CGI octopus playing the drums.
They're trying to keep it light.
That is the world of Aquaman. If you go and I'm like, oh my God, they actually did that. And I said, you know what? Fuck it.
You're like, what?
We going
DC's
now
DC's
anything
dark?
could happen
Not
after
anymore.
that point. And we got massive creatures that I want spoiled. We got all sorts of, animals riding into battle, mammals and fish, and well, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna give it a 7, and I think Wonder Woman got a 7 from me too. So 4 out of 10.
Maybe, yeah.
Joe, we watched it together.
Yeah.
That wasn't no 4 out of 10.
Made me watch another one like right now. Like, which would you rather watch? Because I was forced to watch Suicide Squad yesterday. I'd rather watch Justice League.
That's fucking irrelevant.
No,
That's 100.
I would watch.
I would watch Suicide
Yeah,
Squad.
so, yeah.
Let me address Suicide Squad because that is my surprising number 5. Everybody out there in our comment section is probably going to say Suicide Squad is the worst because it is this meme. It is this thing where it's like, hey, this is the worst film of all time. Rewatch Suicide Squad. It is not. It is actually really entertaining. It's got a great soundtrack. That's fucking irrelevant. It's got great visuals. That's fucking irrelevant. It's got interesting characters. It's got tension in its fights. It's got some character arcs. El Diablo, I really liked that character. I even liked the final battle. I even liked Enchantress. But I rewatched Suicide Squad, and, I realized that I succumbed to peer pressure. I let you guys bully me on Suicide Squad. I rewatched the extended cut, and I realized this movie is entertaining me. And all the criticisms that, everybody had, that it's disjointed, it's all over the place, I think Suicide Squad was executed about as well as you could have for its concept. To me, this was an perfect adaptation of the source material. It nailed what it wanted to nail, and it really got Suicide Squad. And I actually felt for some of the characters, and I think Harley Quinn is a good character. I think Deadshot is a good character. I think fucking El Diablo is a good character, and I liked some of the side characters in there as well.
Slipknot.
And Slipknot is one of the best characters of all time. Is the best backstory we've ever seen.
He can climb stuff real good.
I knew it was dumb. I knew it was pulpy. I knew it was stupid. and of these parts, but it was just fun to watch and come together, and I liked it. So
At number 5, you got that.
I gave it an 8 out of 10, just like Joe gave it at the time. And the movie-going experience affects that a lot. We drank heavily when we watched Suicide Squad the first time, and we had fans of the Angry Army watch it with us, so that was an experience. So we were just high on it at 8 out of 10. It is not an 8 out of 10. I will agree with that. Now, upon rewatching completely sober and then rewatching again an extended cut, I realized, you know what? I fucking like this film, and I'll own it. Suicide Squad, to me, now I'm looking at my rating, and I'm kind of teetering.
No.
But I gave it a 7. I gave it a 7 out of 10. And I think it deserves a 7. It's entertaining enough. Everybody's like, that's so fucking stupid. They'd all be dead, and Harley would be dead. And yes, but that's an inherent problem with the concepts, and they executed it about as well enough as they could here. That is my defense of Suicide Squad. It is a 7 out of 10. I am biased, but I can defend my position. Yes, I'm biased, but also this is the best DCEU film, and in many different aspects. It has the best action. It has the best soundtrack. It has the best villain. It has character development. It has emotional moments. It has almost everything. Great visuals. That's fucking irrelevant.
No,
And it's just iconic. And I get this. But even I could admit that it has major faults. But it just has a lot of strengths too. It is the best villain in the DCEU. Who's the better villain than Superman?
Even if from the Kryptonian point of view, the guy he's like cartoon over the top.
I have an
villain.
explanation for that.
Cartoon.
What do you mean cartoon? What are you
The
talking about?
first thing he does is he murders a couple people, and then he says,
He's a military general. He doesn't give a fuck.
No, I get that.
The only thing he cares about is his people, that's all he cares about is his people.
But the first thing he says is, your bloodlines are weak and I'm taking over. And then Jor-El goes, wait a minute, you want to take over because you want to decide what bloodlines move on. He talks about the caste system and eugenics and all this other crap.
They had to establish the bad guy.
That's the first thing that we get. And then this military master gets his ass kicked by the head scientist.
Yes, no, what I'm telling you is, right, he's an empty shell. And he's also lying about the eugenics. I just came up with this because I know you were going to bring up the Nazi thing and the eugenics.
Okay.
The reason why is he's false posturing. He's obviously,
The Zod Superman interaction in the last 10 minutes are garbage. And Zod's like, it's going to be you or me. It's like, yeah, we established that. You're going to kill. You've said multiple times, and you even try to kill everyone on Earth.
I am going to kill every single one of your people, the things that you care about.
he was gonna-
every single one of these humans, I'm going to fucking
he was
murder.
doing that
and you're
anyway.
going to watch it, and it's your fault, Superman.
He was terraforming the Earth 20 minutes before that.
He's
movie.
he's a bad guy.
He was killing everyone on Earth anyway.
He's a fucking bad guy.
I'm not saying that he's not supposed to do bad things. He was so over the top and so unnecessary. Like the other thing that
but he was entertaining. He is the
No.
best
Mr.
villain.
Freeze.
I know you're arguing
That's over
against
the
me,
top.
but even you agree
he's
with
the
me
best
that he's
villain
the best villain
because
in the
their
DCEU.
villains are bad.
Yes, you're right.
I don't have the problem when he breaks the neck or the people.
Okay.
The problem
But
is
that's what a lot of the problems online were with the film. and
yeah,
everybody
that I don't
pointing at that
care
shit.
about them. The problem is like getting to that point where I never for a second thought that they weren't going to kill each other because they had been trying to kill each other the entire time.
It's not the Superman from the comics that we know. He's not going to save everybody. The elements of sci-fi in this movie are so good.
None of these deserve a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
weak
you're
villains.
wrong. The DCEU actually achieved a 9 once out of these 7 films, and it was with Man of Steel.
That's your opinion.
But you both put Man of Steel number 1, but you don't put it as high. So your rating is what? 8 out of 10?
An 8 out of 10.
And what's your rating?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Okay, I give it a 9 out of 10, and I look at it through the lens. Yes, I am biased. Yes, but Shazam really liked the tigers when he was back at the carnival. He sees this terrified girl. He grabs a tiger. He says, "Here, you can have it. Hold it tight." And she says, "Yeah," and she holds it tight and tries to make her forget about what's happening around her. That small character
everything's
moment.
gonna be okay.
That's what Superman lacked. That's what Man of Steel lacked. And I hated the Jesus imagery.
I
I fucking hated the Jesus imagery stuff because Superman is not like that. He would do what Shazam did. It's not the Superman from the comics that we know. It's called The Suicide Squad. It's actually a reboot,
I'm sorry.
Joe. I can't believe we're going to get a fucking reboot, before Superman gets his proper sequel that he started the whole fucking DCEU. He has the best film, the best villains, the best soundtrack.
I don't know what's going to happen with Tom Holland, but I'm so fucking angry. Will they go back to Andrew Garfield?
I don't know, Rich. We don't know. But fucking goddamn it, we're fucking mad about this.
Fuck you, Sony!
I will admit there's some bias in there. I think there are flaws in it, but it gets the core ideas right.
I want them to listen to what people are saying about their films and fix it, right?
Yeah.
So everyone watched Batman v Superman and they hated it so much, they radically changed the rest of the DCU.
rest of the DCU.
And so if you tell them that their shit don't stink and their shit is horrible, then they're going to continue to make this garbage that they were making.
So I'm giving this a 7 out of 10. And I can see if you go 8, but I cannot see 9 or 10. If you're going to be spending money, might as well get that big theater experience, because this film is so freaking packed with action. That final act, there are so many explosions, so much running from fireballs. This film and the story does justice, in my opinion, to the Natasha, I'm going to go ahead and take this off, Natasha Romanoff character.
Where did you think I was all this time?
I thought that you got out and were living a normal life.
And you just never made contact again?
Honestly, I thought you didn't want to see me.
You just didn't want your baby sister to tag along whilst you saved the world with the cool kids.
You weren't really my sister.
I
like
thought
her
David
best.
Harbour was the
Oh,
scene
yeah.
stealer as Red Guardian. Hilarious, fun.
Honestly, I think this is one of the best Bond spy movie type things
Yeah.
that we've seen in decades.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This was just like even worse than I expected. Unfortunately, like I was like,
Yeah.
oh, Taskmaster's here. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. There were some great action scenes,
Yeah.
actually. The first moment where they fight each other
Not enough.
was really impressive, however stupid, because Taskmaster could have ended up destroying what he was after. But I also agree, 8 out of 10. It's a really, really good film, a great addition to the Marvel Universe. What it does do is it does justice to the Black Widow character. There's not enough build-up for the characters. It's got interesting characters. I'm one of the only ones that liked Suicide Squad, and people give me crap for it, but I honestly had way more fun. That's fucking
would-
irrelevant.
no,
And was following the story better and was connecting with the characters better in Suicide Squad than I was here. It
good
makes
scene.
me kind of pine for Jared Leto back. If this was a
Oh,
film that
no.
was just
No,
about
no, no.
Harley and Jared Leto, oh,
I'd rather
that
just see
fucking...
it.
I'm so sick of people like blowing out of proportion this Joker take. It is a 4 out of 10 as well. We're all on the same page. Is messily
Everyone's gonna
told.
hate
The characters aren't very interesting as far as the Birds of Prey. We like Margot Robbie. We like Harley Quinn. We wanted to see more of that. Black Mask is about the worst and most generic villain you could have chose. I even liked Enchantress. It's hard to maintain 4 hours worth of information in my head. We just finished watching it. It is a completely different story, guys. Completely different. There are some common scenes in there, but it's completely different. So here's what I wrote. This has way better fight sequences, way more context to everything, obviously, if it's 4 hours long, but it is improved visuals. What a huge difference to allow the characters time to breathe. You can say this is very character-driven. You can really feel as well the build to the invasion, and it gives the film an almost dreamlike quality to it. Wonder Woman is the comic Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is the animation Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
Not
this
no
was way
fucking Patty
better.
Jenkins
I
Wonder
love this
Woman.
one way
This
better at the
one
end.
will
Yes,
fuck you
that's
up
what I wanted.
if you piss her off. And that's what I see Wonder Woman as.
No, because the only
Yeah.
joy she's ever known in her entire life is a dude she met 85
Well,
years
see,
ago.
that's why I actually like the Whedon version where she comes at Batman hard, and Batman fucking cuts her down in the Whedon version. He's like, "Oh yeah, well, where have you been? You know, that guy that you,
Yeah.
the guy that you met for 2 weeks, and you've been hiding this whole fucking time." And she went bam, and I was like, "No, bitch." Batman's right.
Yeah,
You're
he's
fucking
correct.
wrong.
Don't tell me the truth.
You know, and she's like, love and this and that, and he cuts her down to size so much. So I actually like that scene. Upon reflection and rewatching it, that's lacking here. Instead, they don't. He never really mentions the fact that it's like, where the fuck have you been this whole time? So I'm between an 8 and a 9. I think ultimately I am gonna go with an 8 because of some of those limitations. You know, it's 4 hours long. Does this work as in this? And some of the comedy was a little off. They fucking did it. The multiverse is here. I'm just kind of blown away because this is crazy.
Oh, I mean, he surpassed Thanos. I mean, the ending of this show just dwarfs anything with the Infinity Gun. Like, you want Infinity Gun? We don't give a shit. I got infinite timelines to worry about. It's like nothing that
Your
purple
Infinity
idiot
Gun-
did matter.
Your Infinity Gauntlet doesn't work in this fucking this universe here. And by the way, I have 1,000 other universes.
Yeah.
So yeah, he hit it. Nobody cares about the Infinity Gauntlet. This is why Disney Plus exists.
Yes.
This is great format for this new stuff. These are fucking visual comic books. And I fucking love how Marvel is really taking care of their properties, tying things
What'd you give it?
together.
10.
It is a living comic book. 10 out of fucking 10 for Loki season.
If you haven't already.
It's well worth the price of Disney Plus.